site is looking pretty good, all things considered. We've spent about an hour, maybe a little bit more on it. And we have a web page, we have some styles, we have some content, we even have a little bit of JavaScript to make things interactive. Now what we can do is deploy this. This is currently on your computer. No one else can access it. You can't access it on your phone unless you really know what you're doing. And you can't send a link to your parents and have them look at your website and be proud of you or any of that really great stuff that wholesome families do. So I'm going to show you how to set up a tool called Netlify for free to host your website. Netlify is a fantastic tool. They have non-free stuff. Don't let this scare you. I'll be very transparent. There's a free starter plan, and then there's a pro plan. Both are fantastic. All we need for our project is the free plan. So we're going to go to netlify.com. We're going to hit login. I'm going to log in with my GitHub, but you can log in with an email or Bitbucket or GitLab or GitHub, whatever you want. If you don't have any of these, just use your email. And then if you don't have an account yet, hit sign up. Okay, this is my Netlify experience. I have a couple sites already, like bradseipert.com, the one we looked at in a previous video, is hosted on Netlify. There are a couple different ways to do this. And truth be told, the main way they do this is by connecting to your GitHub repo or your Bitbucket repo or your GitLab repo. And anytime you push changes deploying, we don't need to do that. We just want to get a site online. Those are great next steps if you're more interested in software development. But for us, we don't have to worry about that. I'm going to click this Add New Site button, and I'm going to click Deploy Manually. So easy. Drag and drop your site output folder here or browse to upload. Our output folder is actually the same as our source folder. So if I hit Browse to Upload, click Web Project, and then click Upload, it's going to ask if I trust this website. I do. Okay, Publish Deploy. It gives us a silly name, Slickquant. Well, I can't even pronounce it. I'm not going to try. But now if I hit Open Production Deploy, my web page is available. This is a really weird URL. I'm not going to lie. But this is a URL. You can send this to someone. You can send this to your partner. You can send this to your family, your friends, and they can access your website now. All of this is available, and if you want to do another deploy, you can do another deploy through the drag and drop option. There are configuration options you can do here, so we can give this a new name. We should give this a new name. You're going to want to. And this, I'll call this Brad's personal web page.netlify.app. Now you'll notice two things. That image just refreshed, which is really nice. That lets us kind of see a preview of what it looks like. And this URL changed. If I click on this now, it's Brad's personal webpage.netlify.app. This is way nicer. And you can use this this URL and send it to your friends, your family, your spouse. There's also some more stuff you can look at here. If you decide you do want to delete your site because you're done with it, you can just hit delete site. Once you do that, it's gone. No going back. You don't have to worry about like it existing anywhere or anything like that. They'll clear it and take care of it for you. They'll clean it up and take care of it for you. The one caveat is like it could be cached for a little bit, which basically means that like someone's has recently browsed to that site and it's staying in their browser, like the browser's holding onto it. It'll go away in time. If you wanted to explore some of these other features, you could. None of them really make a ton of sense for what we're doing at the moment, since ours is just a really simple personal site. But one of the neat things is that they also have these integrations that you could do. So if you were interested in like sending emails, you could look at that. You could also look at Netlify Identity for identity management. If you wanted to allow people to log into your personal site, for example, I'm not really sure what you would do with that, but that is an option. And then they also can give you analytics. You do have to pay for these, but if you're curious about how many users are actually visiting your site, you can see those. And then, oh yeah, one more thing. If you do choose to buy your own domain name because you don't want Brad's personal webpage.netlify.app, maybe you want bradseipert.com like I have, you would come here. So you click domain management, use your own domain on Netlify's site for free, add a domain, you'd fill out these steps. So if you already have a domain, you can bring it. If you want to buy a new one, you can buy a new one through them. Okay, one last thing, because this is one of my favorite things about Netlify. If you wanted to add form submissions, You could do that. All you do is you add this Netlify attribute to your form, and then click this button, of course. And then whenever you add a form and someone submits to that form, it'll show up here in this screen. This is really, really nice. Form submissions are one of the most common things that people do with their web page, but they usually require a lot of work on the server side, the back end, stuff that we really haven't talked about because we don't need to for our personal website. But it requires some work there. Netlify takes care of that for you, and all you have to do is create a form tag like this, and then add this Netlify attribute. And then if someone submits that form on your website, the submission will go right here and you can view it. Super nice. Okay, so we've deployed our site, and that's where this little micro course is going to end. If you're interested, keep an eye out on courses.bradseipert.com for more courses and more of the free courses and content that I'll upload to my YouTube as well. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you were able to deploy this and have a good time with it, and continue coding. Don't let this be the end. Let this be the beginning.